Ladies and gentlemen.
Are you ready?
Hey, let me tell you something. You're listening to Roundtable Sports Talk, bringing you the latest, hottest, and up-to-date sports news across the world. With your hosts, Austin and Brett.
I know you're going to dig this.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Brett and I back with you again. So we had some technical difficulties 2 shows ago. Brett put out a little snippet yesterday. Going over some NBA stuff. We had a good 45-minute show recorded for y'all with JP with us, but unfortunately he's not back tonight. He got caught up at work.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. So, yeah, it kind of sucks. We're just going to retouch on some of those topics. Like I said, Brett went over most of the NBA stuff we talked about. Just to give my take on it a little bit. With Kyrie wanting out of Cleveland, I think he's stupid, dumb, blah, blah, blah. I've seen a lot of stuff from Colin Cowherd this week about how he has the former number one pick syndrome, where because he went number one, he thinks he should be the face of a franchise.
He should, but
not when you play next to the king.
No.
So now you're going to go somewhere. If he goes to the Timberwolves, then congratulations, you struck freaking gold. But if it goes to the Knicks, I saw something yesterday about the Celtics trying to make room for him.
I saw that as well.
So I don't know how you play with 2 amazing point guards, and maybe Kyrie just changes position and goes to small forward.
I touched on this. I was like, if you go to the Celtics, Knicks, the only place he's going to start is Minnesota.
Yeah, he'd start in the Knicks, but
yeah, he was starting
terrible.
Knicks,
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So he's dumb. He wants to get out of LeBron's shadow, and you can't. I'm not mad that he wants to leave Cleveland because anyone should want to leave Cleveland, and LeBron did it and went and got his rings. But the thing is you've won a ring being with LeBron,
and you'll still run a ring.
Yeah, you've been to 3 straight titles or championship game or series. You're going to go back this year, so your chance for your rings is now. It's not going to be 4 years from now with a franchise you build. Because I guarantee you, if Kyrie Irving leaves, he does not win another ring in the NBA as a starting point guard, big name guy. He might win on the bench when he's a veteran or something.
I even saw OKC was trying to talk to Kyrie about moving, but
that would be awesome. The 2 teams to me are Timberwolves. Well, the 3: the Timberwolves, the Celtics, or the Thunder, which are already. Well, I can't say the Timberwolves are a good team, but now with Butler and Anthony Towns still there. To me, they're a good team. Celtics, good team. They made it to the conference finals. So, and then, so I said Celtics, Timberwolves, and
the Knicks.
The Knicks. So, yeah, they're terrible. Oh, well, I was talking about the Thunder. And the Thunder are already a good team. So, if you want to pull a Kevin Durant and go from a really great team to, I'm not going to call any of those teams great, but good, go ahead. That's your best chance. So,
it's jumping on a super team, and I don't think he wants to do that.
But to go to one of the small teams, dumb decision. There was reports coming out that Kyrie's camp didn't even leak that. They're saying LeBron's camp did.
It's the news hype. You know how it goes.
It's the media playing it. LeBron and Stephen A. Smith from First Take on ESPN, they've been going back and forth with each other. So, that's LeBron's getting kind of salty about it, and so is Stephen A.
You can't. We're going back to this. You can't really blame Kyrie for wanting to be the man.
No.
But we've always touched on this. The man's not going to win it.
No, yeah, it's not one guy going to do it. But it's just, it's cool you want to be the man. Do it when LeBron either leaves again or retires in 4 or 5 years.
And I saw other reports was that this is the reason, or one of the reasons why Chauncey Billups never picked up that GM job.
Yeah, you didn't want to deal with this.
And Chauncey knew that Kyrie wanted out way before this started getting hot. So.
Well, the thing is, to me, if I'm Kyrie Irving, I go, LeBron's got at least the minimum 2 years of prime left. So say you win one in the next 2 years. You go both years, but you lose, you win. Okay? So now I don't know how old Kyrie is, but you're 2 more years older. Probably still amazing, which I think right now he's playing amazing. He's playing amazing. I don't think he is amazing yet. He can play amazing, but he's getting there.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So 2 years goes by. LeBron either leaves or retires, and bam, you can either hop out and go somewhere else, or you can stay and pick up the pieces.
It's a sinking ship.
It's hard to say. I do. Well, eventually, yes. Eventually. But next year is not a sinking ship.
I said
year
this.
after, it could be if LeBron leaves. but then you leave.
I still believe it's a sinking ship.
I don't believe they're going to trade him when he wants to be traded and where he wants to go.
This is what it's playing like. It's the whole Melo situation.
Mm-hmm. Which
Kyrie's going to end up staying.
Yeah, which we all thought Melo was going to go to Houston, and that
went away.
But it's the thing, like, okay, Kyrie has hurt this franchise now. He's hurt the fan base. So now I think they're just going to be like, okay, well, we got you, by the balls pretty much, if you want to say it that way, because he can't go nowhere. I mean, he's under contract, so they can only go where they let him go.
It's going to have to be a 3-team trade.
And yeah, because no one is going to offer up enough.
And you're going to have to give to get.
Exactly. And they can't really give no more.
No.
And I don't know who'd be – I mean, Kyrie's obviously an all-star point guard. So, whoever he does go to is going to get a great player.
And I'll tell you what, if he goes to the Timberwolves are going to have to give up Jeff Teague.
Mm-hmm. Which that would suck for him to move around that much.
Jimmy Butler.
Well, I don't know if they could be able to give up Butler because then it would just
I'm just saying, if you want to get Kyrie, you're going to have to give.
Like, you know what? Ultimately, as a singular, thought, it's a good move for Kyrie. He'd get more money. He'd get, more deals and, like, wealth-wise, great move.
Yeah, good business move.
But as far as, like, the career, I don't know what you want to call it, like,
it's bad for his career.
Yeah, it's bad for the overall outcome of each season for him. Because Kyrie,
and when before LeBron came back, Kyrie was good, but
the
Cavs were not watching.
Which they also didn't have all the pieces they have right now in the past year. They didn't have a JR and a Love, and a Shumpert and Tristan Thompson. They didn't have those pieces. But LeBron went to the finals with those pieces in Cleveland, which I'm not saying Kyrie's anywhere close to LeBron.
Not even touched.
But I'm saying Russell Westbrook just took his team to the playoffs being a one-man show.
And guess what? It goes back to one man cannot take a team.
And I don't think one man can take you to the playoffs. And I don't even know if Kyrie can do that. Because he is a one-dimensional point guard with amazing handles.
2 things. Drives down the basket, hits a 3.
Yeah. So I guess I won't call him one-dimensional because he can do both. But that doesn't work when you're the only one because then everyone's just going to cover you.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen Kyrie yet as the dominant guy. And I believe the Cavs went 0-8 last year when LeBron didn't play.
So, yeah. I don't know, but we'll see. But what's ending up going to happen is they're going to have to mend fences, and they're just going to have to stick it out for another year.
Yeah. I mean, that's all you can do. So. But now with Derrick Rose there, that throws a little bit of a wrench.
And I touched on this. Derrick Rose, it's a high risk, high reward type of situation.
I don't even know if the reward's that high though.
He just came off his high scoring career last season, 18 points per game.
Yeah.
And if he can interchannel that 08 Rose, I mean,
he doesn't have to do that. The thing is, when you play with the great like LeBron, all the attention is going to be on him. Like, I mean, look at the success LeBron's had the past few years since he moved. The guys who go crazy when he's there are like stop and pop shooters. Because LeBron drives and he's got a guy on him, 2 guys help, he kicks to the wing, Ray Allen, Mike Miller. There's our alarm. Okay, so we're going to wrap this up just a second. So, the wing guys and the guys who just really want to shoot outside, he enhances their game because he's so great. And I think that'll happen to Derrick Rose if he starts and can stay healthy and play every game.
It's that knee.
So, all right, switching it on over here. Going to run to the NFL side of things. Training camp started beginning of this week for a bunch of teams. I think it was the Chiefs, Pats, Dallas, Ravens, Broncos, Oakland, Dolphins, Minnesota, Eagles, Bears, Cards, Colts, Jags, and a couple more. And that was actually, I wrote that down a couple of days ago, so I think they've all just about started now. A lot of them today, the veterans reported, or tomorrow the veterans report. So a lot of rookies have been going out and getting their first reps, and just getting used to things. So excited for that. Football's back, man.
Yeah, it's coming.
Finally, after many, many months, after a great Super Bowl and I enjoyed the draft. It's a very good draft.
Yeah.
Finally, guys back on the field.
Veterans coming back. It's coming.
We talked about hopefully going to a Jag scrimmage in 2 weeks.
Next Friday.
Yeah, to try and do a podcast from there. Maybe talk to some fans and stuff. So that'd be pretty sweet. Let you guys hear.
Yeah, Jags fans are another breed.
Yeah, right. Like if you ever meet a Jag fan that you don't know, it's not your buddy. They're either like gung ho crazy, we're gonna win the Super Bowl, or they're like, we suck and I hate Blake Bortles.
Yeah.
Like there's no in between. It's like it's like
it's
one extreme to the other.
Another.
Yeah, it's crazy. And that's how JP is too. Last year, me and him bet $100 that the Jags. He bet they'd go 8-8. I bet that they wouldn't go 8-8.
They have them predicted to go 8-8.
Yeah, and halfway through the season, I let him Jew it down to $50 because there was just the Jags won 3 games this year, I think.
Yeah.
So, and I asked him this year, I said, "Hey man, you want to bet on 8-8 again?" And he said, "There ain't no chance in hell."
I could see them going 8-8. Depends.
I can't, just because
it would be nice to see them go 8-8.
I'm a Tennessee Titans fan. We've said that, but living here right next to Jacksonville and going to their games all my life, I do pull for them. There's 2 times a year I don't pull for Jacksonville, and that's when they play the Titans. So, I like to see them do well, but I learned to keep my expectations very, very low for them.
Mm-hmm.
So what Brett was referring to as far as the predictions, USA Today put out a 2007 NFL projections. We went through them in detail in the show we couldn't put out for you guys, so we're just going to skim through them here because we're doing a little bit shorter show today. I'll just go through pretty much, the division winners. We'll start with the NFC, the East. They got Cowboys going 11-5, winning that division with Zeke and Dak. NFC North, they got Green Bay going 12-4, winning that division by 3 games over Minnesota. NFC South, they got Falcons winning that division over the Bucks in second at 12-4. And the NFC West, they have the Seahawks going 11-5, beating the Cardinals for that division by a game.
That's a tough.
So if you look at this with all the guys here, so your 1 seed would be, I say, probably the Packers. 2 seed would be Falcons. 3 seed would be Cowboys. 4 seed would be Seahawks. And your 2 wildcard teams would be between the Giants, Bucks, and Cardinals because they all went apparently 10-6. Mm-hmm. And we decided it would probably be Giants and Bucks.
Yeah.
So it'd be pretty neat. Just, some key ones there. They got Eagles going 9-7, missing playoffs. Panthers going 7-9, finishing last in that division.
Yeah.
Rams 4-12, Minnesota 9-7. Jump to the AFC. They have the New England Patriots going 16-0.
Which we broke that down.
We did. We broke that down in some crazy detail. We looked at their schedule.
We pretty much came down to they're going to win at least or lose at least 3 games.
Yeah, JP said 4. I said 2, and Brett said about 3. They have to play Atlanta at home. Yeah. They have to play Tampa at home. Which JP had them losing to Tampa. I don't see that, but it's early. It's like week 4 or 5.
Right after their bye week, I have it right here. Is where it gets tricky. They're playing in Denver right after their bye week,
which depended upon who Denver goes with a quarterback that game.
And then right after that, they play Oakland in Oakland, which I had them losing that game.
Yeah, because they're in Oakland, that's going to be a tough one.
Skimming down, and then they play the other loss I had tallied up was playing at home or in Pittsburgh.
And depending upon if Le'Veon Bell will resign, because you saw Antonio Brown called him out on Instagram or Twitter today, saying, like, "Hey, bro, you don't want to sign us while you're holding out."
Because they said he's going to play under his franchise tag,
which I think will be like the first player. Oh no, who got franchise? Was it Alex Smith? No, Kirk Cousins is the first quarterback to ever play on a franchise tag, like 2 years running or something like that.
Yeah, so. He's wanting to get paid as a RB1.
Which he should. Le'Veon Bell's like the second best back in the league.
And he had his carries per scrimmage were high and the yards per scrimmage.
Yeah. So, but that's that for the Pats. So, we figure between Tampa, Oakland, Falcons and Steelers, they have the potential to lose those games. The rest of the games, they're going to cakewalk through.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so then AFC North, we got the Steelers winning that at 12-4 over the Ravens, 9-7. AFC South, they got the Titans going 12-4, which is great for me.
Oh yeah,
They have Texans and Jags tying at 8-8, and then Colts 5-11. Jags 8-8. That would be huge for them.
Mm-hmm.
And then the West, you have Raiders 11-5, winning that over the Chargers 9-7. Chiefs 8-8. Broncos 7-9. That division,
that's a tough division.
Flip flopped. I still see Oakland winning it, but even though Kansas City won that division last year, going like 12-4. So I say
Kansas City don't have Jamal Charles no more.
Yeah, which they didn't have last year either. He was hurt, but I don't want to say their schedule's easy because I haven't seen it, so we don't know.
Predictions are weird, but
yeah, they are because they're almost never right. But we ended up saying Raiders, win the division. We had Broncos second, Chiefs third, and Chargers fourth is what I believe because the Chargers is really bad.
Yeah, we agreed upon that.
So in that you would have the Patriots the 1 seed, Steelers 2 seed, Titans 3 seed, Oakland 4 seed, and then your wild cards would be the Ravens and the Chargers. By this, I say probably Ravens and Colts.
Ooh, Colts?
Or sorry, Broncos.
I was about to say, man, really?
Bronco, Colt, it's like the same. Yeah. So obviously has the Jets going 1-15. Terrible, terrible. Browns 4-12. Bengals 5-11. That one surprises me. They have that with AJ Green and Jeremy Hill and Andy Dalton, and their defense is always super nasty.
Mm-hmm.
So those are surprising projections to me. Some of those, but some of them are accurate.
Yeah,
and we'll just have to keep an eye on those. I think before the season starts, me and you at least, if we can get JP to do it, we're going to have to do some type of. We'll all fill out a bracket. I mean, I do it just about every year anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
you just pick your 6 playoff teams or your 12 playoff teams, what seeds, and then how it would run down. And I think last year we did a bet, and JP had the Falcons. No, JP had the Patriots, and I had the Falcons in the Super Bowl. What we did was there was 4 of us, so we drew in a hat. We all got 3 teams for the playoffs, and whoever's team was left standing won, and JP ended up winning, obviously.
Yeah.
So that was cool to do. We'll probably do something like that this year towards the end, too. But just with our regular projections, it's kind of for bragging rights.
I'm excited for fantasy.
Yeah, me too. I haven't even thought about fantasy a whole lot this year.
I'm probably going to do it here shortly.
Yeah, I need to start researching it and seeing who they got projected at the top. I'm going to have to pick up Eric Decker again this year because 2 years ago I had him, was amazing. Last year I had him, he got hurt, but he was being amazing. Now he's in Tennessee with Mariota.
That's huge potential.
Mm-hmm. So I'm excited for that. So, yeah, that's fantasy's always crazy hard, man. Because you can't really go off of what happened the year before.
Nope. Every year is different, and depending on how first couple of games go, it's kind of rocky.
Yeah, because I'm not a big move guy. Like when I get my team set,
I stick with
I don't do a lot of cut and draw. I don't ever hardly trade because last year I traded Isaiah Crowell to JP. He was my number 2 running back.
Was
He's like, hey, bro, I need him for a game. You got to buy this week. Help me out. I said, 10-4, I got you. Never got Isaiah Crowell back.
And Isaiah Crowell had a couple 100-yard
Yeah, he was
games.
doing pretty good for a number 2 back. I think I finished 6th out of 12 guys, so I didn't do very well. And
I went last.
I've played fantasy for a long time now, and I've never, ever, ever gotten the number 1 pick. I don't believe.
I've got it once out of the 4 or 5 years I've been playing.
I think the year we did ours, when it was me, you, and all the people we used to work with,
yeah,
I think I was like 3rd.
I forgot who got the number 1 pick.
I think it was somebody who wasn't there, and it was just like a pass. Like,
I
hate that too when they do like the auto draft because it just picks the number 1 person off the board.
Yeah. And normally it's a good pick.
Maybe I'll try that this year. I just won't log in and just let sim draft for me. So yeah, fantasy's gonna be cool this year. I can't wait for that. It's gonna be awesome. Real quick, there was some players that are facing either charges or suspensions because of some crap they got into over the past little while. We'll start Dante Fowler first, charged with battery and mischief, as you know.
That guy's an idiot.
He, I don't know if it was an altercation on the road or something happened. I don't know if he flipped the dude off or the guy flipped him off, but Dante ran him down. The dude got out of his car. Dante stomped on his glasses, I found out.
Hit him.
And then he threw the man's pork chops in a lake. You don't take someone's groceries. That dude could have just left Publix. You don't take someone's grocery bag and sling it in the freaking lake because you're mad. That's disrespectful.
And I'm pretty sure a report said he stuck him. So
Yeah, that's why he got the battery charge. Call him some names, hit him. Don't throw the man. You know what? If you give him a black eye and a bloody nose, at least let him go home and eat a sandwich.
his pork chops, man.
Or his pork chops. Don't put on. Now he's down $40 and got a black eye. But he's probably
And he can't see.
But he's probably going to get some money out of you because you hit him and you're a famous athlete. That's the thing, too. JP was fed up about, be better. You're $1 million person, young guy.
And the news follows you everywhere.
I'll say that black athletes get a lot of unfair treatment. And when it comes to the media and stuff, you're targeted. So just be better. And I know it's hard. I know emotions get going. You're a young guy. You want to prove you're big and bad. But at the end of the day, if it's going to affect your career,
it's a career ender.
Like if he would have done some legit damage to this guy because he just blacked out crazy and went ham on the dude, his career could be over. It still could be, which I don't think Jacksonville will punish him.
No,
the league might because Roger Goodell hates everyone except for Tom. Well, he hates
He'll
Tom
probably
Rose.
get a game. The max I see is a game.
I'd say a game maybe. But it's hard. It's hard to tell with this because a lot of times the NFL decides too quickly.
Yep.
And teams decide too quickly on a punishment before they have all the facts, which leads me into my next one of being Lucky Whitehead, formerly of the Dallas Cowboys. He was charged for shoplifting and skipping court. You said he stole
$200 worth of stuff.
$200 worth of stuff from, I don't know what store it was.
I don't remember.
So once again, you're $1 million guy, targeted, people watching you, people are going to find out about you. You do something stupid. We criticized you this for Lucky. We criticized you for this so hard the other day. Said you're stupid, you're dumb, blah, blah, you should be cut. He gets cut. And then the next day,
police report came out saying it was mistaken identity.
Yeah, they mistook his identity.
Which I agree because he came out with a statement and I think it was unfair treatment.
It's super unfair. I mean, I don't know. He was charged with it. It was said, bam, done, right there in paper. Mm-hmm. So I guess you can and you can't be mad at the Dallas Cowboys because they're trying to take care of their end and get rid of a problem guy. But then, it finds out that you didn't even have all of the reports and everything wasn't in stone yet. Maybe it's training camp. Maybe you should have just sat on it until you found out some real hard.
Yeah, it's not like it was like in the almost close to the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
But the Jets picked him up.
Okay, here's my question. Okay, so he gets off. It's not him shoplifting, right? But he still skipped the court date.
Right.
Which is still stupid. Mm-hmm. That's the dumb part. Okay, even if someone if a police officer walks in right now and says, "Hey, you robbed this store today. We're going to take you in, book you, lets me go. I'm complaining the whole time, crying, say I didn't do it. I've been at work all day. And they still give me a court date in 2 days to go to. I'm going to go to that damn court date and plead my case. Yeah. I'm not going to skip.
Because that makes it worse.
Because maybe that could have got rid of the whole thing if he would have went to court and proved his,
innocence, yeah.
So that part was dumb, but he didn't shoplift. So good job, Lucky. He was claimed by the Jets today. So he still lost. They don't have Eric Decker anymore, so I guess they're trying to fill that void. I don't know the Lucky Whitehead to even be good.
Well, he was a punt returner and a third string.
So they got him for a specialist guy, I guess.
Yeah.
Which those are always really good to have on your team. So hopefully Lucky's career gets a little better. And to tie in with that,
the Ezekiel Elliott situation.
Yep. He was he didn't get charged, right? It was just alleged.
It's alleged right now.
Domestic abuse charge filed. It was filed over a year ago. I didn't know that till the other day.
Yeah. Filed over a year ago, and they're just now investigating. So
apparently he got into a bar fight, or there was a bar fight and he was around it. I'm not going to say he hit anybody.
Jerry Jones came out with a report saying that they have no evidence.
Yeah, Jerry had his back,
which he should. I mean, organizations should have.
But Lucky Whitehead, they didn't have his back.
Yeah.
I think it's got to do with who you are and what you produce to the team, how much money you bring in. Because they could have just as easily cut Ezekiel Elliott. That's a domestic abuse charge.
The NFL is really big on domestic abuse.
And they're big on that. So it's why wasn't he just cut right away? And Jerry Jones issued a statement today, I don't have it in front of me, about how people have been on him for years about how he's too light on players. And then he finally wipes his hands with one who did something and he got criticized for it. Now the dude came out. Listen, no one was yelling at Jerry Jones for being mean to Lucky. until he came out, he was innocent.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, I mean, he was doing what he did. Now, I think they should have resigned him and claimed him.
They should have. That's the unfair part.
Yeah, but I don't know that he wanted to come back after all that. I mean, if I'm working somewhere and I'm innocent and no one believes me and they fire me and then all of a sudden I'm innocent and they want me back again, I'm be like, nah, screw y'all.
Yeah.
I'm going to go work somewhere else. Mm-hmm. So I understand Lucky, too, would not want to go back there. So, yeah, I mean,
what it comes down to is I see if they are going to punish Ezekiel Elliott over this, max I see is 3 games.
Yeah.
Which is high. That's a very high.
Yeah, I don't think he gets punished. I mean, Tom Brady got 3 games for cheating and, go to the Super Bowl. So, I mean, Ezekiel might get like a half a quarter or something for this. But it's another one of those things, Zeke. Okay, so this was over a year ago. So we talked about this. He hadn't started his career yet. It must have been off season after he got drafted. Probably signed a fat deal and got a check from, out partying with his boys and stuff. And, at that point, you're a target. Whether you're the main target or not, something happens, you're in the middle of it, it's going to be out there and it's going to be on the news. Somehow this lasted a whole year without me even hearing about it. Which, to be honest with you, I gave 2 craps about Ezekiel Elliott when he came out in the draft last year because I didn't really care. But now that he's blown up and, arguably the best back in the league, you tend to pay more attention.
At least top.
He's going to make the news more.
Yeah.
So, I don't think any of these guys, well, obviously Lucky won't, but I don't think Dante or Zeke get suspended. Jerry Jones is going to keep talking and blah, blah, blah. And I'm sure it's going to get drug out,
They're going to drag it out.
Might have to go to court. Don't skip your date.
Do not skip your date.
That's pretty much the moral of the story. Be better.
Mm-hmm.
Be better and go play football and spend your millions on food, alcohol in your mansion, possibly not out in public.
Do not throw people's groceries in a lake.
Don't throw no damn pork chops in the lake. I'm talking to you, Dante. Play better, too, next year. I need 12 sacks. At least.
Did you see they put Jalen Ramsey on the active /pup list?
Jalen?
Yeah.
For what?
I think it was ankle related.
Oh, it's just minicamp crap.
Yeah.
I don't even listen to NFL injury reports unless it has to do with like the knee, the back, or the shoulder. Mm-hmm. Because everything else, like a lot of times they have to list them, even if the dude's got a sore ankle.
Yeah, I think it's league policy.
But hopefully Jalen's fine. He's going to be great this year.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys. I think we're running on about 20 minutes or so here. Like I said, going to be a short show tonight. Just kind of recapping everything to get a quick show out since we lost one.
Yep. It happens.
We're still looking for feedback and all that stuff. Our website's popping, what Brett says.
Facebook is getting popular.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of Facebook likes. SoundCloud, it's not closing. There was a rumor going around that SoundCloud was shutting down.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, we got to get our show somewhere else.
Right? And then SoundCloud came out and was like, no, we're good to go. Keep posting your stuff here.
Thank you, Chance the Rapper. You saved SoundCloud.
Yeah, thank you, Chance. And no problems. And so, yeah, just try and give us some feedback and comment and give us some topics. I've had a couple guys and friends tell us they really like the show because they've listened to it on Facebook and stuff. So that's cool to hear. And guys, keep, if there's anything else you want us to talk about, go ahead and talk about it.
Hopefully we can get out there Friday. Get you guys
Yeah, it'd be really cool to go to the scrimmage because, we're really going to try and do a live show or, we'll do a podcast and, try and get to talk to some fans, see if we can get close to any players. It'll be kind of hard because I don't know what they allow in the stadium.
Yeah, I'm sure it's tight.
So but that's, but even just being in the atmosphere, like a tailgate,
yeah,
it would be so sweet to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And that, again, probably wouldn't be a super, super long show.
That'd probably be 10 minutes at most, maybe.
Yeah, 10, 15, whatever it's got to be. It depends how many people we get to talk to while we're there, if people care that we're even there. And it'll be a lot of Jag talk and a lot of football talk, obviously. So that's going to be awesome. And we'll let you guys know for sure via Twitter or Facebook if we're going to do it for sure. Still got to buy tickets. And, so the next time you hear from us, it might be from Jacksonville.
Yep.
So thank you so much for listening to this show. And I hope you guys keep listening. And those of you who have been listening, you're awesome. Get us on the map. Tell people about us. Tell your friends, your mom, your dogs, your cats. Tell everything. Hopefully we can get JP back with us next week. Hopefully he'll go to the game with us if we go. I'm going to call his work and tell him he's sick because he can't make it. But I appreciate all you guys for listening, and we'll see you all next week.
Thank you.
Good evening.
That will conclude this evening's entertainment.
Wait a minute. Oh, my.
That's this week's episode of Roundtable Sports Talk podcast with your hosts, Austin and Brett. Don't forget to join us next week for another episode. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Roundtable Sports Talk. Thank you for listening.